Hello and welcome, I'm DDF Racer, and today I'm going to be heading to the Bilster Berg circuit in RaceRoom Racing Experience. Now, yeah, I'd never heard of it before either Sector 3 announced it, so I did a little bit of research. Bilster Berg's main purpose isn't really to host races from what I can see. It's more of a marketing, hospitality venue. They offer photo shoots, driving experiences, driver training, product testing, and they have a really fancy restaurant as well. Now, based on this, you might think the actual track itself will be secondary, but think again. It's been referred to as the mini Nordschleife, and it's not hard to see why. It's absolutely superb. I mean, I've only done a handful of practice laps here, but I'll just read off some stats. 4.2 kilometers in length, 19 turns, elevation changes of up to 26%, and over 44 individual crests and dips. So that's a lot of this, and it's a lot of this, and it's a lot of this. Now, a proper driver's circuit requires a proper driver's car, which is, I'm going to be driving the absolute handful that is the Porsche 911 Carrera Cup car from some point in the 90s. Everybody in Germany was off the chops at a techno rave at the time, so I don't actually know what year it was specifically built, but with over 250 horsepower, H-pattern gearbox, no traction control and no ABS, things are probably going to get a little bit slidey. Okay then, so here we are on the starting grid at Bilster Berg. We've just been doing some qualifying and we are starting in 6th position in the number 29 Porsche Carrera. Yeah, my pace isn't too bad, but it's very inconsistent. It's quite easy to lose control of this car, so this is going to be a 10-lap race against the AI, a field of 25 cars. If I can hold it together, should be on for a decent result. It's a big if though. Anyway, no further ado, let's go racing, guys.
10 laps.
Press the ignition, start the car,
Okay, Dan.
wait for the lights,
Focus.
build some revs and away we go!
Go, go, go! Alright.
Decent start. Very decent start. We go for a cheeky dive bomb up the inside into turn 1. He's got the drive on the outside though.
Still there.
So close to making contact as we head into the fast right-hander. Oh, he's got us, but he's on the grass, and the guy next to us is on the grass. Ah!
Keep your line. You're on the right. 3 wide. Left side's clear.
Carnage!
Clear.
But we make it through in one piece with no contact. Up to 3rd position.
Well done.
We do have a little bit of a gap ahead to 2nd place though.
It's clear.
Quite how we made it through there with no contact, I'm not quite sure, but I'm not complaining. Anyway, eyes forward, let's focus down the road. Oh, too wide.
Left side there's a car. Clear on the left.
Yeah, that's definitely fitting with the MO of this channel. Calls for focus, immediately runs wide. Commentator's curse on myself again. Just slow it down. This very tricky sequence of corners. Just bounce it over the curb.
Yellow flag, stay sharp. Yellow flag, sector 2. Green flag, all clear.
And we build up the revs down the back straight now. We are running the version of Bilster Berg without the chicane. Some people turn left at this very point before they go into flat left-hander, but this is classic cars. This is
Green flag, sector 2.
This is Porsche Carrera. We're doing the full balls to the wall layout. No chicanes for us. Drop it down the gear, blip the throttle. Take a wide line, and this is the final corner. We've now completed the lap of Bilster Berg. It's not a bad little track, eh? We're in 4th. We're about 7 seconds behind the leader.
Mante behind is increasing. It's now 1.2 seconds. Well done, Dan. This is terrific. Exactly what we came here for. P4.
As you can see now, we exit 2nd corner. There's actually 2 pit exit lines. There's 2 sets of pit lanes here, depending on what configuration of the track has been used. So there's a line to the left and a line to the right. So when it says don't cross the white line on pit exit, it doesn't leave you with much room. Yeah.
Yellow flag, sector 1.
This car's alright as well. A little bit bouncy. A little bit bouncy and soft, but it is a classic. Like I said in the introduction to this video, this was built at some point to be determined in the start of the 90s. Which makes it nearly 20 years old. No, 30 years old. Wow, I just dropped a decade there. I'm sure I'm not the only one. But it seems like 2010 was just yesterday. It's funny how your mind can get stuck in a particular time, and then you realise it's actually 10 years later than said time. On the edge of grip around this fast left-hander, careful not to run wide. It's very easy to get a cut track there and have the lap time invalidated. Oh, this car sounds beautiful when it just hits the top of the revs. You can't keep it there for long because it does run out of revs pretty quickly. Like, there's a lot of torque low down, a lot of grunt in the engine. Just here when it hits the top, it sounds so sweet.
3.5. That was a 154.35.
A little bit hot into turn one there. It's left, right, fast flowing chicane. When I initially looked at the circuit map for Bilster Berg, I thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to learn that. Like, just, it's going to take ages. There's so many corners, and the description as well is just so daunting. You know, the whole 44 crest and dips thing with the elevation changes. I thought it was going to be a nightmare to learn to record this video, but it's surprisingly intuitive. Because yeah, there's a lot of blind corners. Just take a few laps to get up to speed, but yeah, it's not that hard to learn really, which is quite surprising.
Yellow flag. Incident clear. Green flag.
Got to be so delicate with the inputs on this car as well.
Green flag, sector 2.
Considering it's
Ahead is now 2.9 seconds.
Considering it's quite an old car, it has a lot of power and it doesn't have a lot of weight. But there's not that much grip there either. So it does like to spin the rear tyres. If you go too hot into a corner, there's not really much you can do about it. You're into the scenery. And I'm quite fortunate that the track detail has cleared since the qualifying session, because you just see black tyre marks everywhere around this circuit. I had quite a few spins, if I'm going to be honest with you. As we're now approaching lap 4. We've got a nice gap behind us. We're slowly closing in on the cars ahead.
Lap was at 154.50.
Slowly closing in on the cars ahead. We're now on lap 4 of lap 10. I'm not doing a timed race today. Thought I'd do laps instead, make it a little bit easier. Or a little bit different. I always seem to do timed races for some reason. Nice to mix things up. This sequence of corners here, it's all about the weight transfer and the elevation. As you go light over the top of the hill, you don't want to mash the throttle, because the car just goes light and spins round. Oh wow, we've really closed up to the guys ahead of us now. Oh, big slide! That's another thing I love about this Porsche. It's got quite a big margin of error, so you can be a little bit rough with it. It's not like you go beyond the limit and that's it, you're gone. It tells you. Woo! Just like that, it tells you when you're being a bit too rough with it. But it's got, you know, an extra 5 or 10% that you can play around with. You can just bring it back in if you're not too brutish.
Seigert is closing the gap. It's now 1.4.
Thanks, Mr. Spotter. That's actually a really good call. I thought I had more of a gap behind me. I'm going to have to maybe keep an eye in the mirrors, see where this dude's at. Take our customary wide line into the end of the lap. And have about 5 goes at turning that car in then. We do find an apex eventually.
You've just done a 155.16. New fastest lap for Zyger to 153.19.
Oh wow. Guy behind was over a second faster than the lap. He's really closing up now. I think the guys ahead of us are starting to get a bit feisty. So we're now on lap 5 of this race. Halfway through. Well, almost halfway through, I guess. Use all the curb on the left there. Be gentle on the brakes as the car goes over the hill. Oh, the guy ahead of us is all over the place. All over the place.
Clear left.
Can't make it.
Shifts. Go easy on the transmission.
Mr. Spotter telling me I'm being a little bit too rough on the gears, but I'm just getting excited because I thought I had an overtake. Oh, too wide. Oh. It might not look overly dramatic when it starts to go wrong with this car because he's slowly drifting towards the apex. But as the driver, you know that there's nothing you can do about it. You've already overcommitted to the corner. It doesn't look like a spectacular fail, but you can feel it. Your brain's telling you that the car's just not going to make it. Very lucky not to run wide out of that left-hander there before we enter the chicane. Where's the guy behind? He's closing. I've definitely got the advantage through this last sequence of corners here. Drifting it down from third gear, and it seems like everybody's pretty slow into the first corner on the brakes as well.
Alright, Dan, halfway home. Fuel looks good. The lap time was at 154.46.
I'm sending it.
He's on your left. Keep your line.
I'm sending it.
Clear on the left. Sector 2 is 1.3 seconds.
You're gonna leave a door open for me like that? I'm gonna go for it. Woo! I get the feeling the guy ahead is starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Looks like the leaders are starting to fight as well as second positions running wide. I missed that apex. And the guys ahead are going side by side now. It's all closing up rather nicely on lap 6 of 10 here at Bilster Berg. If you are enjoying the racing so far, you know what to do, guys. Give the video a like. Share your thoughts in the comments. If you want to see more quality sim racing content, then press that big old red subscribe button. And press the notification bell as well. Because then you'll get notified when I upload videos and go live. And if you're enjoying the video, why wouldn't you want to know that? That is my question to you. This gap is just ebbing and flowing. It's like down to a few tenths and it's up to a second. We're all strong and weak at different points of the track. This is definitely strong for me. It's just closing and closing and closing. If I can get a good run out the final corner, I can definitely mug him into turn 1. Because I know I'm so much better on the brakes than Mr. Old Harold Gross ahead of us. Yeah, we're within striking distance.
Gross. The gap is now 0.33. Left side's clear. That lap was at 154.22. That's your fastest lap today. Well done, Dan.
Send!
Keep it up.
Got him! We're now on the podium. And that's second place ahead of us. And that's first place ahead of second place, obviously. Just out of the fastest lap of the race as well. Oh, too much on the inside. Misjudged that a little bit. Oh, they're all over the place. This isn't over yet. Woo! It's definitely not over if I'm going to start going hot into corners like that. And speaking of corners, what a corner that is. So much elevation change. Like you can really feel the track dropping away from you in VR. It's such an amazing circuit. So many unique corners. And I'm so glad that Sector 3 released this circuit because I'd never heard of it otherwise. We got a great run.
On your right.
Alzen for second position.
Still there. Clear right. All right.
This isn't a traditional overtaking spot.
Keep your line.
Going side by side at top speed.
Still there. Right side's clear.
Aye.
Push. Get second place here.
Hold it round the outside.
The car in front of us is Alson.
But this is our traditional strong point.
Oh, on your right.
Got a cheeky little send up the inside there.
He's still with you.
But he's holding it.
Still there.
Oh, the AI here in RaceRoom are amazing at fighting back. Really giving me a good run for my money here. I'm going to try the inside again.
This is excellent, mate. Keep it up.
Ooh.
Left side. Left side's clear.
He moves a little bit towards the inside there.
Last lap time was at 154.84.
And that is up to second position. And that's the leader ahead of us. That first corner's been very nice to me so far this race. If I can get a solid lap in, I can maybe close up and get him next lap time. Next lap time, blur. Next lap round. Using a lot of concentration here to try and keep the car on the circuit. Constantly managing the weight of the car, the balance, the transfer over the crests and dips and all the corners. Very soft suspension, very bouncy kind of car. You really have to be delicate.
So headlamp ahead is increasing. It's now 0.9.
It's not a particularly good lap so far, unfortunately. We are dropping back a little bit. Oh! Getting a bit
Yellow flag. Incident clear. Green flag.
a bit liberal with the curbs there.
Gap to Alson behind is now 0.8.
Fifth gear. For maybe half a second.
2 is clear.
Maybe the only time I can use fifth gear on this circuit. Doesn't really have a substantial straight where you can stretch the legs of this Porsche. This flat 6 engine, 3.6 litres, just over 250 horsepower. Not a bad little car. As we come round to finish lap 8 of 10 here, we've got a couple of laps left to go. We're about second behind the leader. What can we do?
2 laps left. We're on for a podium here. That lap time was 155.11.
He's very slow on the brakes ahead of me. Okay, I'm going to be quiet for a minute or two now, guys. I'm going to let you enjoy the sounds of this engine and this wonderful, just RaceRoom. RaceRoom's so good. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you enjoy the sounds. So, you know the drill. If you see my videos before, volume up, headphones on. I'll see you at the end of the lap.
Hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes.
And there you have it, a lap of Bilster Berg. Last lap.
Last lap, looking good for a podium. That was 155.07.
Whoa.
Sector 1 is 1.5 seconds off the pace. On your right. Still there.
Very slow going into the first corner there. He's trying the cutback, he's all over the place.
Still there.
We're on the outside.
Hold your line. We're on the left, 3 wide.
You get a tag!
On your right side, near right.
Oh, very cheeky contact from the AI there. He wasn't giving that one up. We did give him a little bump going into turn 1 though. So I don't think he was too impressed with that. I can see a swarm of cars in the mirror now. Just gotta hold it together, Dan. Hold it together. Hold it together. No mistakes, and we got this. Feel a bit cheeky getting past him like that. I didn't mean to go into the back of him, but I didn't know where to go. He was just so slow on the line. And when I said hold it together...
Incident in Sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow.
I didn't mean going like that through the chicane. Come on, concentrate. That was a terrible line. Gonna make it through a few more corners yet. Feel the rear of the car getting all slidey. Has he got a run? I can see him in the mirror, but I don't think he's got a run on us. He's only 2/10 behind.
Sector 2 is clear.
Giving it everything there. And through the final corner, oh, I think we've got this. I think we've got this. We've got this. First position from 6th on the grid. That, my friends, is a win.
Great win. You deserved that today.
Oh, guys. Very enjoyable. Slightly suspicious circumstances getting the win there. I didn't mean to give the guy a bump into turn 1. He just left me nowhere to go. Just horribly slow on the brakes. What a circuit, seriously. I don't know if they do actually host races here. I should go and do some research, but if you have the opportunity to do a track day here at Bilster Berg, I would thoroughly recommend it. It's just a great feeling circuit. It's just got such a wonderful flow. It just drives so well. All the undulations, all the twists and turns, it's great. It's got a bit of everything, really. It really is a mini Nordschleife. Whoever coined that phrase, good on you. It's true. And the Porsche as well, the Porsche Carrera Cup, classic car from the 90s. Great to drive. Very soft, very bouncy, there's a lot of body roll. It's a coin a phrase from Matt Malone. There is a lot of body roll. I feel the body roll. But great fun to drive. You've really got to be precise, and it's just a raw feeling car. No traction control, no ABS, and manual H pattern gear shifts. Just doesn't get better than that. Lots of manual handling. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the race. If you did, you know what to do. Press like, leave me a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more quality sim racing content. I've been DDF Racer. I'll see you all next time.